right? The volatility in agriculture growth, that is, what is volatility in agriculture growth? Upar niche hona, right? Last year 4%, this year it comes to negative territory also, right? ये तो हुआ है. I think in 2013-14 it was 4%, it was growing at 4%. 2015 में it came to 2%. 2016 में it came to 0.5% or something. 17 में अच्छा हुआ फिर से, right? 18 में बुरा हुआ, 19 में अच्छा हुआ है, right? What is happening? It is fluctuating. Right? So ये जो volatility है, it still continues, but volatility जो है वो उतना volatile नहीं है. Earlier the volatility used to be too much, right? एक साल 4%, next year -4%, इतना volatility था. Now उतना volatility नहीं. However, the volatility is higher as compared to that of China. Right? Tell me, how much area is unirrigated in India? How much area is unirrigated in India? Tell me the percentage terms. Geography पढ़ा है?
70.
Oh God. Irrigated, unirrigated पता है? हाँ, तो बताओ. So this is why economic survey becomes important. It gives some good numbers, right, to be used. 52%. 52. It is 52. So generally when you come across irrigated and unirrigated and dependence on monsoons, right? When you say completely dependent on monsoons, इसका मतलब वहाँ पे irrigation नहीं है, right? So that would be showing around 65%. People will still say 65%. Actually that number is 65%, right? Which you are trying to say. It is 65%. So that number has come down to 52%. Why? Because irrigation facilities have been provided by the government because of the building of dams and everything, right? So the main reason behind volatility is excessive dependence on monsoon, right? That is, most of the lands are unirrigated. That is 52% is unirrigated. How much is the net sown area in India? Okay, tell me, what is the difference between net sown area and gross sown area?
Just currently sown and just histories.
What if they ask such questions? मतलब net sown area और gross sown area की difference?
You have to identify.
Okay. दे देते हैं ऑप्शंस, तो दे देते हैं, बना सकते हैं ऑप्शंस. Okay. Gross sown area is the area, right, which includes the plants in the farm area along with the crops, right? Other plants which are there, right, with the crops. Net sown area is the area covered by the crops only. This is option 1. Option 2. Option 2 सुनो. It is the area occupied just by the plant cover or the crop cover, right? That is your gross, right? Or so as to say, the area covered by the crop is gross cover. Net cover would be area covered by individual plants in the crop. That is your net cover, right? We are not talking about the trees, other trees in the area. Third option, right? Gross sown area, right? Would be what? The area which is sown, right? Which is sown in a year multiple times, right? The area is counted multiple times, as many times as the crop is sown. That is gross, right? Net sown area is what? The actual area on which the crop is being sown. Option 4 is none of the above.
Option
3.
Okay, option 3 आपने बोला. Just explain what is option 3 to me.
So there are multiple cropping seasons, right?
Yeah. So that is the
Every time
actual.
you will include the area.
Yes,
and then it
yes.
is,
So आपने तो A बोल दिया पहले. You just heard A and it was easier and you said A. Right? So what is gross sown area? Gross sown area is nothing but what? You have,
Each time the crop.
say for example, you have a piece of land, right? This piece of land पे you will be sowing what? You know, the crops 3 times a year, right? So this gross sown area and net sown area is for a year we calculate, right? If you have 3 crops in a year, this area will be counted 3 times in gross sown area. In net sown area, you do not count it 3 times. एक ही बार count करोगे. That's the difference. Next. So कितना है net sown area in India? 141.4 million hectares. See, 141.4 million hectares. These numbers are important because last time they had asked a question, right? If you just had applied the knowledge, right, you could eliminate one
How
option.
much was it?
141.4 million hectares. So last time they had asked a question, if you just apply the knowledge of numbers, simple knowledge of numbers, right, you will be able to do what? You will be able to, eliminate the options. I think it was related to your IRNSS. You know IRNSS, right? उसके बारे में एक option दिए थे. They had given an option in square kilometers, right? In square kilometers. So the square kilometers, the number of square kilometers they had mentioned was too big, right? Or too small. The number was too small or too big. So it was too big. We know that IRNSS is for India, right? The number which they had given, if you see it in square kilometers, बहुत ही बड़ा number था. Too big actually. You can't even imagine. उतना बड़ा number था. So the moment you see that number, you can mark it as wrong. Right? So that is why numbers play an important role. Right? At least some fair bit of knowledge is required. I know. Next.
For horticulture, gross and net will be same.
Yes. For which one?
Horticulture.
Horticulture के लिए gross and net it can't be same. No. Horticulture crops are sown 3 or 4 times. No. Horticulture crops come 3 months once. There are many horticulture crops which are grown for 3 months. So horticulture crops कौन सा होता है? Fruits and vegetables. Carrot 3 months. Right? हाँ, obviously horticulture है, vegetable है तो horticulture crop है, isn't it? So वो सब plantation crops है.
So that's net and so.
Yes, for them it will be the same. Right? Next. Temporal and spatial patterns. Temporal and spatial patterns of climate change. Temporal and spatial patterns of climate change, that is temperature and precipitation.
Next chapter.
It's the same chapter. right? What we have observed is that compared to the 1970s, the increase in temperature has been higher. The increase in temperature has been higher for the Rabi season as compared to the Kharif season. Right? Rainfall decline भी उसी trend पे है. Rainfall decline has also been on the same trend. That is, Kharif season में decline हुआ है, yes. Rabi season में decline हुआ है, yes. The decline is more for Rabi season. Right? Understood? Compared to the 1870s, 1970s, the present decade. In the present decade, what has happened? Temperatures have increased for both Rabi and Kharif, but the temperature increase for Rabi is more, right? And rainfall has declined for both, but rainfall decline is more for Rabi season. Okay? Next. Extreme weather is also increasing in frequency. There is also increased frequency of extreme weather, which is of course the imprint of what? Climate change. Right? Extreme weather का frequency ज़्यादा है. It is an imprint of what? Climate change. So what is this extreme weather about? Proportion of dry days as well as wet days has increased steadily over time. Right? Dry days and wet days has increased steadily over time. Dry days का मतलब क्या? Where the precipitation is less than 0.1 mm. Wet days का मतलब क्या? Precipitation more than 80 mm. That is wet day. इनका frequency क्या हुआ है? ज़्यादा हुआ है. Right? So these are extremes. Point m, 1 m, less than 0.1 m. Secondly, number of days with extremely high temperatures have been rising. Extremely high temperatures have been rising. And correspondingly, the number of low temperature days are declining. So these are the extreme weather conditions we are talking about. Okay? Right. Spatial distribution देखते हैं. What about the spatial distribution? Temperature increases maximum कहाँ पे हुआ है? India में. Temperature increases have been particularly felt in northeast, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. Temperature increases have been particularly felt in northeast, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and obviously Rajasthan, Gujarat. The least affected states appear to be Punjab, Odisha, and UP. Least affected Punjab, Odisha. Right? Rainfall deficiency. Rainfall deficiency concentrated where? UP, Northeast Kerala. Rainfall deficiency, UP, Northeast and Kerala. Increased precipitation. Gujarat, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh. Increased rainfall. Gujarat, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh. Right? Now, try to remember these states if possible. नहीं तो ये तो पक्का याद रखना. What you should remember? There is not much strong correlation between what? Temperature and rainfall actually. Temperature rise और precipitation के बीच में उतना strong correlation नहीं है. Why? There are different places for temperature increases and rainfalls. Isn't it? So there is no significant overlap at all. Isn't it? So the correlation between the temperature rise and the rainfall or the precipitation is not much. Right? Next. Extreme shocks. Extreme shocks. Extreme shocks. Shocks. Have different effects. Have